Alright, boys, here we go. GM Superbman has one of the biggest challenges that he's ever had laid out on front of him. I have to re-sign the whole Tampa Bay Lightning team. That's right. 5 years in, we've won the Stanley Cup twice, so it's almost like it's a retooling year. You know, we have to bite the bullet for 1 year. We have to give up some of the best players like Patrick Kane, Joe Thornton, Wayne Simmons. We did get some good players back, but still. Are we going to be able to sign all these players? I don't know. I mean, Stamkos and Hedman, sorry, they're going to want like $12 million each. So it's going to be a lot to deal with here. But we have to make sure that we re-sign the right players. We have to make sure we re-sign all the unrestricted free agents first. We don't want those guys to just walk if we can't re-sign them. So I got to make sure I sign guys like Brown, Shattenkirk, not Allen, but guys with the unrestricted free agency. That way, we can get those guys signed and make sure that all the restricted free agents, if we can't sign them because of cap problems, we tender a qualifying offer, we go into free agency, and then we can make some trades and make sure that we re-sign everyone. I'm not letting any of these good players just walk off the team. We're getting value back, all right? But first things first, we have to make sure we re-sign the players that we know we want to keep here long term. We have 5 more years on this GM mode, so let's try to get players to sign to at least... I'd love to get them all 8 years, but at least 6 years, okay? So the GM who takes over for me has 1 year to trade, all right? He's not just... Because we know how it ends. It ends with the year, then I don't have to re-sign them. So I want 6 years, so the GM who takes over for me has 1 year to make decisions, all right? So 8, 7, or 6 years. That's my goal for the contract length. Now, Bernie Mac, he's 27 years old, 90 overall. He's almost like a perfect goalie. Not a perfect goalie, but... He's old enough that he's a veteran. He's young enough you can sign him long term. He only wants $6 million, which is a lot for a goalie, but he could be asking for 7, 7.5, right? Which is good. And you can sign him long term. Now he only wants 2 years, so let's try to get him to get 6 years. I don't think I'll get 8 years out of him, so let's go 6 years, which will take him up till he's 33, which is perfect. And let's try to get him for lowball him a little bit. 5.150, all right? Yeah, we won't go as low as 5 mil. Well, 5.150 for 6 years. That'd be a good contract for Bernie Mac, all right? Lindbeck, I'm going to say this right now, 85 overall. He's been a great backup for us. He's looking like he could be a starter for some teams in the NHL. You know, he probably could have got a lot better if we played him some more, but what are you going to do? So he wants, how much does he want? He wants 3.3. No, if he wanted less than 2, I might be able to sign him as a backup again, but he wants 3.3. Lindbeck, thank you for your service, but go be a starter on another NHL team. We cannot afford you, no matter what, because we have guys like Stone and Malcolm Subban who are coming up. Stone, he could be a backup, but he's not looking like he's going to be a starter for us. Malcolm Subban, oh, I went back to Stone, didn't I? Yeah. Malcolm Subban, he has a B-, so does he still have his B's there? He still has his B's for reflexes and puck control. And those categories, look, they're actually in the mid-80s everywhere already. So if he keeps those B's for another 2 years, man, I actually might want to sign him long-term. After I come back, if everyone's signed and I still have some money, I may want to sign him long-term right now because he's only 80 overall. But I'm calling it. Wait in 2 or 3 years. Malcolm Subban, he may be 87, 88 overall. I'm calling that. Watch out for Malcolm Subban in 2 or 3 years, all right? He may be pushing Bernie Mac for his spot if I can sign him long-term to like... 2.5 million just because how much I can save. Because I guarantee you in 2 or 3 years he'll be 87, 88 overall. I'm counting it, alright? Count me on that, alright? Malcolm Subban. So we got Bernie Mac. Victor Hedman. Alright, here's a super sweet. Now how much is this guy gonna want? 25 years old, 94 overall. Holy crap, he only wants 8.4. He's only asking for 8.4. I was expecting like 11 mil. Wow, I was expecting to try and sign Hedman and Stamkos both at 9 mil. And I was thinking, okay, I can get away with that. I'll deal with that. If I can get these guys for less than 9 mil, that's a lot. That's very good. So I'll try to get them for 8 years at, how low should I go? 7.2. He wants 8.4. We can go down to 7.150. Yeah, 7.150 for 8 years. If I can get that for Victor Hedman, hell yeah, that's a steal. I was expecting 9 mil for Victor Hedman. Ekman Larson, we're going to hold off on. Shattenkirk, we have got to sign because he's an unrestricted free agent. Shattenkirk, again, I would love to sign him long-term. 27 years old. He's more gifted in the offensive category. Defensively, you know, he's good. He's 85 or above in every good category, 91 for discipline. He's just a solid defenseman who's good on the power play. All right? I mean, just a great defenseman. But is he going to want a lot of money here? Shattenkirk. So, 88 overall, 27 years old, unrestricted. You see, he wants 6.1 mil. So, I'll try to get him 8 years. If I can get you 8 years for 5.350. If I can get you for that, I may keep you. All right, but even at this price, I may have to trade Kevin Shattenkirk. And if he wants like more, if he wants like 5.5, I may have to trade him. But I definitely have to sign him right now. Beaulieu, we're going to hold off on. Allen, the old guys, we're going to let go of, all right? So we are going to let go of all of our old guys. This is a retooling year. Again, we're going to be a good team this year, but we're biting the bullet. We're going to play our young guys this year so that they get NHL experience, all right? So, Allen, thank you for the 2 Stanley Cups, but I got to release you, buddy. Goodbye, goodbye. The same's going to go for the other guys. Leopold, yep, 35 years old. Goodbye to you as well, Jordan Leopold. There you go. Fensky, see what I mean? Fensky's coming up, so he may be able to take over. Let me just actually clean this up right now. Okay, that's it for defense. Right wingers, Dustin Brown, 90 overall, 31 years old. This guy, I'm trying to turn him into the same thing that LeCavalier and Joe Thornton was for our team. All right, you play them until they're 35 years old, the veteran leadership. All right, he's good in every category, and he's got great poise. He's 90 overall, 31. I wouldn't mind keeping you, Dustin Brown, for the right price. He only wants 5.3, so that's pretty good. Let's get him for 6 years, because we can trade him in his later years, just like we did Joe Thornton. Yep. Let's try. I want to get everyone for 6 years, or at least 6 years. We'll get you at 4.5. All right, so there you go at 6 years. I think that's pretty good for Dustin Brown. Brett Connolly, we're gonna wait on. All right, left wingers. Here's this Len Little guy. He's great. Look at this playmaker. Offensive category is already great. His shot could be better, but it will be better with the offensive potential at A. All right, his defensive category will get good. And this guy, I mean, I want to play him right away. Right away. Len Little. So we'll sign this guy right now. There you go. That's it for left wingers. Is there anyone I don't need? Mercier. Let me just get rid of these guys as I'm going. All right, centers. Stamkos. Now, how much is this guy going to want? 15 mil? 97 overall? Holy shit, Stamkos only wants 9.9? Oh, man. I'm able to get my wish. Again, remember, I said I only wanted a Hedman and Stamkos for 9 mil. And that was like, okay, I'll do that. I was expecting maybe a bit more. I'm able to get Stamkos and Hedman for both at less than 9 mil. Hedman less than 8 mil. Stamkos. So, he wants 10. I'll give him 8.5. So 8.5 for 8 years, Stamkos. If I can get Hedman and Stamkos and Bernie Mac for that, hell yeah, that's a steal. We may be able to get all these other guys as well. So those are all the main guys. Let me just make sure. Stajan, we probably won't be able to get him. I'll just hold on to him for now. Chris Kelly, 35 years old, D potential. You were great first, Chris Kelly, but I'm going to let you go. Thank you, fourth line grinder. All right, one of the best fourth lines of all time. Yeah, baby. Zigomanis, I'm going to just clean this up while I'm going right now. Terrell, hold on to. Craig, don't need you. This guy, don't need you. See potential. All right, so there you go. So let's simulate. Let's see who's coming back to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's see. Now remember, Dustin Brown, Shattenkirk, I got to sign those guys. But if they want a lot more, I may have to trade them. Bernie Mac. So we got Bernie Mac for 6 years at 5.150. That's great for Bernie Mac. Stamkos. Stamkos is coming back, all right? So 8 years at 8.5 mil. That's great for a 97 sniper. That is great. That's a steal. All right, it's a lot of money, but he's worth it. Kane wanted 13 mil. Stamkos, we have him for 8 more years at 8.5 mil. Hell yeah. Victor Hedman. All right, so Victor Hedman didn't want 7.150 or something like that, so we got to offer him a bit more. Dustin Brown, I didn't offer him enough money either. Shattenkirk, all right, so we got Shattenkirk back. All right, so Dustin Brown and Victor Hedman, we have to offer a little bit more money to, okay? So Hedman, there you go. I'll get you for 8 years. So what did I offer him? It was like 7.115, I think. So we'll go 7.25 this time. All right, we'll come up a little bit. So 7.25 for 8 years. That'd be great for Victor Hedman. Dustin Brown. I'm not going to try to sign the other guys just yet, boys. Give me 6 years. What did I try? 4.4 or something like that? Yeah, I tried 4.4, I think. We'll try 4.6 this time for Dustin Brown. All right, and I think that was it. Nugent Hopkins, Granlund. Yep, that was it. So one more day. I want to get these guys signed, and then we'll figure out who else to sign here. Yeah, all right, so Victor Hedman's coming back for 8 years at 7.2 mil. All right, that's great. So we got Hedman and Stamkos locked up for 8 years. Dustin Brown's coming back for 6 more years, so he's definitely going to be a trade asset in 4 years. But for the next, 2 or 3 years, he's a great line. He's a great first line with Lofthouse and Stamkos now. Absolutely. All right. So we have everyone basically that we had to sign. We have signed long term. All right. Now it's just gonna tidy it all up with $20 million to work with here. We may be able to sign everyone here. We have a lot of money left here. And all we have to get is Ekman Larson, Connolly, Beaulieu, Granlund, Nugent Hopkins. Well, Nugent Hopkins is a bonus. All right. We got Nugent Hopkins as a bonus. We got to get everyone else first. All right, so goaltender. We got Bernie Mac, all right, Jordan Subban, or Malcolm Subban I'm going to wait on for now. So Ekman Larson, how much does this guy want? We know we want Ekman Larson. He only wants 4.4, so let's try to get Ekman Larson for 6 years, all right, because he wanted 3. You probably won't be able to get him for 8. 6 years at 3.85, all right. If I could get Ekman Larson for 6 years at 3.85, that's a steal. And that almost makes up for Shattenkirk wanting too much. All right, because if I could offer both those guys 4.25 each, that would be worth it. But if I get one guy at 3.35, the other guy at 3.9 or 3.850, it makes it a bit more acceptable. All right, so if Ekman Larson, if I can get him for cheap, I can keep Shattenkirk and Ekman Larson together. Beaulieu, if he doesn't want more than 3 mil, I can keep him. So he does want 3 mil. So let's try to get him for 6 years at 2.75. That'd be a steal for Beaulieu because he's already proven he can be top 4. All right, so that's great. Fensky, we're going to hold off on you. Connolly, we've got to get Connolly signed. Let's see, this guy, 24 years old. He still has the B for the offensive category, and his shot as a sniper is already in the 90s, basically. Yeah, we've got to get Brett Connolly signed. Long term, if we can. He's probably going to want a lot of money, though. So he wants 4.6, but he does want a long-term contract. So we'll give him 8 years. If we can sign this guy for 8 years, if we would have Stamkos, Hedman, and Connolly for 8 years, I mean, good God, there's your team. 8 years at $4 million, all right? That's a steal. For a sniper his caliber, that's a steal. 4 mil at 8 years, that's a steal for Brett Connolly. LaRose we're going to hold off on. Centers, Nugent Hopkins, he's the bonus, all right? I'd rather have Granlund over Nugent Hopkins. Yep, that's right. We won back-to-back Stanley Cups. I don't need to stray away from what's been working right for us. And Michael Granlund only wants 3.3. So I'll give him 6 years at 3 mil. All right, 6 years at 3 mil. If I could get him for 6 years at 3 mil, that's a freaking steal. All right, so there's everyone else. Let's try it. Simulate another day here. Come on, can everyone sign here? Ekman Larson, he doesn't want 6 years, I guess. I can try to offer him a bit more. We'll see. Brett Connolly. So Brett Connolly's back for 4 mil at 8 years. That's a steal for Brett Connolly. Granlund's back for 6 years at 3 mil. That's a damn steal. Beaulieu's back for 2.75. And we still have $13 million to work with here. I think I can get Nugent Hopkins and Ekman Larson signed. This is beastly. We saved so much money with Hedman and Stamkos. It's unbelievable. Yeah, we may be able to get everyone here. Hang on a second. I'm going to try to get you for 6 more years again. Come on. You said no to 3.9. Let's give you 3.95 for 6 years, all right? Fensky, 23 years old, 82 overall. B, B minus, B minus. He already has the 91 for defensive awareness. Doesn't have the greatest discipline, but we can work on that. He's a good third liner, if anything. I'm going to sign this Fensky guy right now, okay? 2 years at 2.1. Actually, you know what? I'll hold off on you for now because I want to see if I can get Nugent Hopkins signed over you, definitely. So already signed Ekman Larson, Terrell, Stage, and LaRose. I'm going to release these guys all right now because I can go into free agency and figure out who I need. I want to get every one of these guys signed first. So Stajan, goodbye. And Dana Terrell, I said this guy was eventually going to maybe be able to crack our team. But, you know what? I'll sign Dana Terrell. Yeah, I'll sign Dana Terrell. So Nugent Hopkins, this is everybody right here, right? Yeah, this is everybody. Yeah, we can afford Nugent Hopkins with this as well, man. We saved so much money. So I already tried Ekman Larson again. Yeah, I already tried Ekman Larson. Let's see how much Nugent Hopkins wants. If he wants 6 mil, I don't know. Oh, Nugent Hopkins only wants 3.8. Let's try to get him for 6 years at 3.555. I mean, that'd be another great steal. We would have like 3 first lines, basically. maybe even 4 first lines. Let's see. Nugent Hopkins coming back for 6 years at 3.555. That's a freaking steal. That's a steal. Ekman Larson still doesn't want to come back. How many days left do we have? Got to be careful here. 2 more days. All right, so actually I can sign all these guys. I'm going to sign them all. Yeah, Terrell, he gets a contract just in case. 1 year. I'll just give him 1 year. There you go, 3.45. Fensky, I want to sign this Fensky guy, definitely. I'll give you 1 year just to see how it works out for you. All right, 2 mil. All right, and Ekman Larson. Damn, I still have $11 million to work with here. I almost was able to keep Patrick Kane. So 6 years, he didn't want. I'll try him one more time at 6 years. If not, I'll go back down at 4 mil. All right, 6 years at 4 mil, Ekman Larson. I think that's a good deal. And we're going to try and sign Malcolm Subban long-term, like I said. It would be a good steal if we could sign him long-term. So I'll get him 8 years at 1.5. I think that's a steal for you, Malcolm. Let's see what happens. 1 more day after this one. Yep, that's fine. No, so Malcolm Subban doesn't want to be robbed like that. Ekman Larson does not want a 6-year deal. And Fensky's back and Dan Terrell is back. So Malcolm Subban, I'm just going to tender a qualifying offer just in case he doesn't accept this, which he will. 1 year at 9, yep, that's fine. Sign him long-term when he starts to get good. Ekman Larson, tender qualifying offer. All right, Ekman Larson, you want 3 years. I'll give you, yeah, I'll just give you 3 years, whatever. We won't play with this right now. Give you 3 years at 4 mil. There you go. All right, so that's everybody signed. Let us simulate up 1 more day just to make sure. Yeah, that's everybody signed. Simulate 1 more day here. All right, that was a big re-sign freaking stage, but you know what? It went a lot better than I thought it would. I didn't think we'd have enough money to re-sign everyone. Malcolm Subban is back, and Ekman Larson is back, and we still have $6 million to work with here, boys. We still have $6 million to work with. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, unrestricted free agents, no one really special. We can figure out who we need. I want to play our rookies this year. Remember, I said this was going to be like a retooling kind of year, even though we're still going to be a great team. I still want to play our young guys so that they get better because we still have 5 years ahead of us, okay? Just checking out all the unrestricted free agents for you guys to check out. Maybe we can get Lindbeck now back as our backup, just because we can. Just because we can. Sign him on the 2-year deal so we can trade him again at the end of the year or something like that. We can figure it out, all right, boys? But there you go. Crazy re-sign stage, but we got everybody back. The Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be quite the powerhouse next year. And we were able to get Nugent Hopkins as well. So we don't have Patrick Kane, but we have Nugent Hopkins, all right? Pretty good, boys. Pretty good.